Hi, this is Michelle Call here, your spiritual guide. It's a beautiful sunny day today. Unfortunately, throughout this season, we have two seasons. We don't have summer, autumn, winter, spring, and that sort of thing. We have two seasons: wet season, dry season. And it's sunny for now because it's been raining a lot here. And if you look in the news, you would hear that there are a lot of tropical storms always heading our way, and people kind of go crazy over that, because it is really drastic sometimes. So I heard about the tropical storm Dawn. It was supposed to hit the northern side of our country here. Let's see how things go. Unfortunately, with that, whenever people are in panic, people are around and they're in a panic state, I tend to get agitated because I feel everything coming in and out. So you guys have to forgive me when I don't always, when around those times I don't put up videos and stuff. But anyway, I'm good today. I'm good. Today's a beautiful day. It's a wonderful day. I don't know if you saw the trees, and I know you all hear the birds in the background because I've been told, yo, you have, where you are, you have birds chirping, chip, chip. Yes. So the conversation for today, you hear them? So the conversation for today is about, I've been, asked this question so many times. A lot of relationship questions, and somewhere along the line, I had to let people know the facts about that, right? Now, we're going into the sexual aspect of a relationship, or especially with women. Some women tend to feel, well, okay, I don't sleep around, and I give myself sexually to this guy, and if I give myself sexually to a guy, he basically, I have to be in love with him, and then, when we have sex, things change. Let me tell you something, right? I believe, as I said before, with videos I've posted before, right? Sex is a very potent and very elaborate type of energy. It's pretty much like dynamite, right? It's one of the lower chakras, and people need to understand this. It's pretty much damn well like dynamite. It can work in your favor, and it could kaboom, not work in your favor. It could cause disaster. I spoke about STDs. I'm not talking about sexually transmitted diseases. I'm talking about sexually transmitted demons. These things are indeed real. People walk around with these things. They pass it from one person to the next. You find when you go with certain people, you're feeling down, you're feeling out of it, out of whack, like you can't see your way. These things are real. You understand? Spiritual transfer happens during sex. It happens in other ways, but during sex, when you go with the wrong type of people, you can get sick. So, anyway, back to what I was saying before. I basically was saying that people tend to confuse sex with love. And that is something that has been passed on to little girls like myself. I mean, I grew up believing that when I give my virginity to someone, that person is going to love me for the rest of my life. And because it's something special, that is what we were taught as little girls, right? When you give your virginity to someone, it's something special, and they would love that, cherish that, respect that. But you can't expect someone to love you based on sex. You could be the best sexual, in sexual acts, the best person in everything. You could be doing the caterpillar, the frog leap, the wheelbarrow. I don't know, the lizard lap. I just call it all the names of the local things they call here. The names of certain sexual acts they call it here. Let me tell you something. You could be the best sexually, and your partner doesn't have to stay with you. Sex is not love, right? If sex was love, you wouldn't find people doing certain sexual acts that are actually not supposed to be done, right? Morally and spiritually not supposed to be done. Sex is not love, right? If you have sex with somebody that originally loves you, you have that connection before, and you and that person connect in such a way, and when you all have sex, it is the most magical spiritual experience you ever have. That is different. But to say you are having sex with someone and you expect them to have the same feelings like you, is either one or two things. I see, and I tell people plain, right? I speak plainly. One or two things. Keep yourself to yourself, or if it is you are aware that this person is on games, you let them know. Let me know you let them know where you stand, and you tell them, here what, this is just an experience. Sex is a great experience, and at the end of the day, if it is you're going with the wrong type of people, you're going to come into problems. You're going to get into an emotional state, into an emotional mess. I've had friends who telling me, oh gosh, but we had sex, and when I calling him now, he's not answering. What do you expect, really? No, let me tell you something. Don't expect anyone to commit to you based on sex. Sex wasn't built to connect with a relationship, to connect with love. We tend to confuse it. It is somewhere in this world it's become warped. You're supposed to love someone before you even reach to that point. But unfortunately, people, things have changed. Things have drastically changed. And at this point in life, you need to understand that if someone has sex with you, or you have you all are having sex with each other, you need to understand that at the end of the day, you cannot expect a person to like you or even love you based on sex. Animals have sex. You think animals know about, oh, I love you, I'm going to call you, meet me down in the forest next 2 hours? No, they are doing that because it's a part of their reproductive system. And that is what we have, reproductive system. Sex is built for reproduction, not for love. It was not built with love. Sex is not love. Find love with that individual first. Compare the differences, the pros and the cons within the relationship before you reach the sex. If you know you cannot handle just going and have sex with someone, for me, I don't believe in just having sex with someone just like that, right? Not that I can't, but I won't. I choose to have a partner, and if it is me and my partner, we are not meshing well, I cannot have sex with that individual, Sex is not love. Just remember that for me, please. And you ladies who pining over some of these men, and men as well, I have male friends going through the same thing. You're pining over a partner that is not with you spiritually and mentally and physically, and you're having sex, and that is basically it. It makes no sense. Okay? Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your life.